All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. Interesting day. We got a full 15 game slate on a Monday. So, love to see it post All-Star break. So, games are going to be played for the next couple of weeks. So, we love it. All right. Recap from yesterday. Gave you guys 4 best bets. We went 3-1. We'll take it on a Sunday. Garrett Crochet did not get 7 Ks. That's the only one we missed. We had the Red Sox on the money line, the Padres, and the Royals. All fairly sweat-free. Red Sox were down 1-0 for a bit, and then they just exploded. Padres was silly sweat-free, put up like 5 in the first inning. Royals pulled away at like 4th, 5th inning, and then just never looked back. So really nice Sunday there. We'll take a 3-in-1 day. Obviously half a unit, so we went up about 0.67 units, but we'll take it 100%. Got a lot. I got 5 best bets for you guys. A lot of leans today. I like this slate. I am liking this slate. So let's dig in and talk about these games. Kicking us off here at 640 is going to be the Orioles and the Guardians. Both teams coming off of wins in their last game. Guardians starting to heat up a little bit. 8-2 in their last 10. Still under 500 at home, though. 22-24. Orioles on the road are 22-29. Tomoyuki Sugano going up against Tanner Bybee. Bybee on the year is 5-9 with a 245 opponent average. Sugano 7-5 with a 270 opponent average. ERA on the year about the same. When we look at home and away split, Sugano on the road slightly better than his regular ERA. He's given up a 4 ERA and 9 away starts. Tanner Bybee 2.57 in 7 home starts here. But for Bybee, what concerns me is lefties. Giving up a 353 average to lefties. We've got some lefties that can park some baseballs. Giving up a 203 average to righties. Hard hit percentage, very similar for both pitchers, right around 38%. But with Bybee, runners in scoring position, he has not been solid. League average is about 270. He is at 295. Now, when we look at Sugar Sugano here, lefties are also destroying him, hitting 422. And when you're handicapping this Guardians team, got to look at lefties pretty intently, as they will be bringing a vast majority of the hitters from the left-handed side, giving up a 275 average to righties and 250 with runners in scoring position. We look at the pitch splits here. It really, when we model the pitches, Bybee looks fantastic. His cutter is above average. His sinker is above average. His slider is quite a bit above average. Curveball's above average. Changeup is above average. On paper, he should be having a really good season. It's not really been the case, but some interesting metrics here. So when we look at Sugano starting the first game of a series this season, Orioles haven't lost. They're 5-0 with Sugano in the first game of a series, and they're 1-4 to the over-under. So they do tend to lean under. If we look at Cleveland on Mondays, they haven't been a fantastic Monday team. They are 3-4 on the season. Baltimore 6-2. So it really makes me want to lean towards Baltimore here in this spot. In terms of the weather, we do have a 10-mile-an-hour wind that's going to be blowing in from right center. So it is going to hamper all these left-handed sticks on both sides. So I kind of want to take the under. I just don't know if I can get there with Sugano on the mound. He does tend to give up runs. You can pretty much count on him giving up somewhere between 1 and 3. Doesn't really get shelled too much, but he's not a K guy. This is a guy that strikes out 0.6 hitters per inning pitched. Bybee's pretty close to about a strikeout an inning here. It is going to be 76 degrees, so decent weather, but it would be Baltimore or the under for me. But I don't want to fade this hot Guardians team, but really can't get behind some of these metrics here. So like I said, Baltimore under 8.5 would be the way I would play that. Next game should be a decent pitching matchup here. Two offenses that aren't exactly clicking right now, but Detroit did get the win on Sunday Night Baseball last night. Skubal pitched fantastic. Tigers, Pirates, Flaherty versus Skeens. It's Paul Skeens Day. Skeens just gets screwed constantly. The guy has a 189 opponent average, and he is 4-8 on the year with a 2 ERA. The ERA does jump just a little bit to 2.31 in 8 home starts. Splits for him. He's still giving up hits. 245 to lefties, giving up a 220 to righties. Strikeout percentage, 34% to lefties, 30 to righties. So looking really good. Hard hit percentage is a little high at 40%. We look at Flaherty here. Lefties have been tattooing him quite a bit. 321 average to lefties, 227 to righties. Hard hit percentage is high. And on the road, he's just not been good. 6.08 ERA in 8 away starts. But these Pirates bats, they've not exactly been stellar. But the Tigers bats have actually been worse. So pitch mix for Skeens doesn't look great, frankly. Fastball, Tigers are hitting that 8th best. The splitter sinker pitches, they're about 4th. Slider, they're crushing, they're 3rd. Changeup, they're 5th. So this is one, it would be Tigers or nothing for me. Fading Paul Skeens has been a profitable play. Just not sure, I can get behind Jack Flaherty here. We got an over-under of 7. With the Tigers coming off Sunday Night Baseball, I just don't know if I can do it, but they've been a fantastic Monday team. They're 8-2 on the season on Mondays. Pittsburgh are 5-6. So, like I said, it'd be Tigers or pass for me. Same thing as yesterday. I can't pay this price for a Pittsburgh team that can't hit. So that's where I'm at with that, even with Skeens pitching. All right, next game is going to be the Padres. And the Marlins going to be Randy Vasquez going up against Yuri Perez. Perez is definitely getting stronger with every start. He's looking better and better. When we look on Mondays, Marlins are an awful team on Mondays. They are 3-9 on Mondays. Padres are 6-7. Obviously, Padres are coming off a nice win for us yesterday. Scoring some runs, both of these teams are. Over the last 3 games, they're averaging... Padres are averaging almost 6 runs a game. Marlins are averaging 5. I think we see a little regression tonight. I think Vasquez does okay, but not somebody I necessarily want to put my money on. Yuri Perez, I think he'll do okay. I think he's going to struggle to get some Ks against this team. They're just stingy with striking out. Padres only striking out about 14% of the time versus righties over the last week, 18.5% over the last 2 weeks. This is also a Marlins team that's not striking out. 14.2% strikeout rate over the last 2 weeks, 16% over the past week. Randy Vasquez, K-line's going to be 2.5. That's just kind of where it's been the last 4 or 5 starts. Should get hit up here. I kind of just want to lean over 8.5. Taking overs has been profitable for the Marlins, but it is 2 teams that do trend towards the under. Padres, 58% of their games have gone under. Marlins, 52% of their games. So it's just a tricky one for me. It would be Padres or nothing. Again, not paying this price for a really bad Miami team. So it's a pass for me. Reds and the Nationals, Brady Singer going up against Jake Irvin. Jake the Snake Irvin. Nationals have not been good at home. Have not been good on Mondays. So they're 2-5 on Mondays. Cincinnati 7-5. But Brady Singer, my issue with Brady Singer is lefties have been torching him. He's given up a 309 average, 367 WOBA to lefties, 227 to righties. Pretty high hard hit percentage for both of these guys. Both of them struggle with runners in scoring position. Singer, almost a 5 ERA on the road. Irvin, sub 4 at home. Pitch mix looks really bad for Singer. If we look at this Nationals team, they are 10th hitting the fastball. They are 1st hitting the cutter. And they are 10th hitting the slider. So Singer is a 3-pitch pitcher. Just not somebody I trust. It's the over for me. So give me over 8.5. The Reds should be able to get to Irvin. And I think the Nationals should be able to get to Singer. These are guys you can pretty much count on giving up 2 or 3 earned runs. It's almost a given with these 2 pitchers. So, and we've got this beautiful Nationals bullpen that loves to give up runs. I think some of these pitchers in the Reds bullpen, I wouldn't say they're taxed with 3 games coming out of the All-Star break, but there was a pretty heavy workload on Pagan. Santillan's been used quite a bit, so I like some runs in the latter stages of this game. So give me the over. I would lean towards the Reds, but Nationals team total over 3.5 is also not a bad play either, but it's minus 130, so just taking the over. Boston and Philly, it's Zach Wheeler day. Zach Wheeler at home, can't fade him. Cannot fade Zach Wheeler at home. He is a demon. He's not from this world. So this is one you get Walker Buehler on the other side. Buehler, last 30 days, lefties hitting 364 with a 436 WOBA, giving up a 216 average to righties. Wheeler, 159 to lefties, 175 to righties, ridiculously low hard hit percentage, fantastic with runners in scoring position. He's got a sub-2 ERA in 10 home starts this season. Walker Buehler, almost a 9 ERA on the road in 8 starts. So not somebody I want to get behind here. So that said, it's a pretty heavy pill to take the Phillies at minus 200. So we're going to take the Phillies race to 4. You guys know I love this play with the Phillies. We're going to take the Phillies race to 4 at minus 125 on DraftKings. In terms of the weather, it's going to be 82 degrees, and we do have the wind blowing in from left center at about 8 to 9 miles an hour. So we're going to be relying on the lefty bats here to get us some help. So we're going to need Schwarber, Harper, those guys to step up and get some hits today. But I like that race to 4 bet with the Phillies as an official play. Next one, we do have an official play in this one as well, Yankees and the Blue Jays. It's interesting. You've got the Yankees are not in first place in their division. They are in second place. Toronto Blue Jays are in first. So this is a big game for the division. Carlos Rodon going up against Kevin Gausman. Now, Rodon, not the best track record at this park. He is 1-2 with a 7.11 ERA in his career at the Blue Jays field. And he gave up 2 earned runs when he faced them, about 3 weeks ago on June 30th. He gave up 2 earned runs going up against Kevin Gausman, who is 4-4 at home versus the Yankees in his career with a 3.56 ERA. Also gave up 2 earned runs in his last start against the Yankees. So give me the over 8. This is 2 teams that are actually rolling. Yankees and the Blue Jays are both 7-3 in their last 10. Blue Jays are coming off 3 straight wins. Nice little sweep there, and the Yankees have won 2 straight against the Braves. So I like the over here. I don't see the Blue Jays not hitting Rodon a little bit. We know Rodon can get a little bit wild. It's a Blue Jays team that just doesn't strike out a lot, so they are going to be putting the balls in play. They're going to be patient. So I do see Rodon, just like similar to his last start, got out of several jams, but it just takes a couple of hits here. He's probably going to walk some guys, probably get 4 or 5 Ks is all. So give me the over 8 runs in this contest. If I had to pick a side, I'd probably lean Yankees. I feel like the world's going to be on the Blue Jays, to be honest. So I don't know if I get to the Yankees money line, but if I was going to play it, I'd probably wait. I think we'll see which way the split goes. And if it goes too much towards the Yankees and they end up being like minus 130, pivot to the Blue Jays. I think it's a bit of a coin flip game, in my opinion, but just give me the over. This is a Yankees bullpen. It's my only part I don't trust. They have been awful. Last 30 days, almost a 6 ERA. That's 28th in baseball. Blue Jays 8th in terms of ERA at 3.36. So that's where I'm at with that one. Let's see. We've got the Angels and the Mets. Tyler Anderson going up against Kodai Senga. Now, Kodai, it's an interesting game. These are 2 teams that are really good on Mondays. Angels are 8-1. Mets are 9-2. So actually 2 of the best teams on Mondays in baseball. Obviously, the Mets are coming off a, 3-2 win yesterday. Abbott versus Peterson. So pretty good pitching matchup there. But they're seeing a lefty on back-to-back days now. Tyler Anderson, okay lefty, but nowhere near Andrew Abbott. And struggles a little bit on the road this season. Got a 5.5 ERA in 10 away starts. Lefty on lefty, he's been getting hit pretty hard. And average-wise, 387 and giving up a 243 average to righties. Kodai Senga, righties have been able to get to him over the last 30 days, hitting almost 300. This is an Angels team that I like the right-handed bats here. The question will be that little ghost fork pitch. Most of these players will not have seen Kodai Senga before, so I do think they'll struggle the first time through. But ultimately, I think we get some runs here. The way I would personally play this, Mets minus 193 is ridiculous. I would look at the over-under, and like I said, I think first time through the order, we'll see some success from both sides. So I would wait and play an over-under in, let's say, like the 3rd inning before, I guess I'd do it before the 3rd. And before we get to the second time through the order, then I would probably just take an over. We still have 2 bullpens that really haven't been good. Angels 4.59 ERA is 21st in baseball over the last 30 days. And the Mets bullpen, due to injury, just not good. 5.31, 25th in baseball. So 2 pretty bad bullpens that have been susceptible in the later stages of the game. That's why I would wait, like I said, until we get to the second time through the order. Or you could gamble and try to get halfway through the second time in the order and take an over-under. 82 degrees here, and we do have the wind is going to be blowing in. Pretty good. It's going to be about 11-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. So yeah, it would be the Mets for me. I don't know if I can get to the Angels, but at this price, no, can't do it. So it'd probably be Angels on the run line for me, plus 1.5. I think they keep it somewhat tight. All right, Giants and the Braves. Hayden Birdsong going up against Bryce Elder. Now, the Braves been really good on Mondays, 7-1. Giants are 4-7 on Mondays. Bryce Elder, 3-6 on the season, giving up a 2.84 average. He's got almost a 6 ERA. Actually jumps to almost 7 in 8 home starts. He's been getting hit up hard from both sides of the plate. 300 average to lefties over the last 30 days, 410 to righties. Hayden Birdsong, 265 to lefties, 229 to righties. Hard hit percentage, fairly similar for both of them, about 47%. Exit velo, damn near identical as well. But runners in scoring position is really where they separate. Elder, almost a 300 average runners in scoring position. Hayden Birdsong, 218. Give me the Giants on the first 5 here. We're just getting too much value to fade Bryce Elder. I like the spot here. We're getting plus money, so plus 100. Take the Giants on the first 5. We could push. It could be 2-2, 3-2. I do have this a fairly high-scoring game, so I don't mind the over 9 as well, but just going to take the Giants on the first 5. We do have about a 10-mile-an-hour wind that's going to be blowing out to left center. So balls could be flying, which is a little scary. But Bryce Elder, 1.8 home runs per 9. So he is serving it up a little bit. He's got a 1.51 whip. So I like this spot here. Seems like a really nice spot for the Giants to bounce back and get right. But just want to focus on the first 5 in Bryce Elder. So that's our play there. Next one, White Sox and the Rays. Quite a big line here on the Rays. But a couple of things that work in the Rays' favor. White Sox are 1-7 on Mondays. They're a terrible road team. They're 14-36. That said, they've won 3 straight. Rays are coming off an L, 3-7 in their last 10. So haven't looked good form-wise, but they are 5-3 on Mondays. Now, what I do like is when they're at home facing somebody with a fairly high whip, which Sean Burke has about a 1.4 whip, they're 21-6 on the season, and they do tend to win on the run line. So can I get to a run line here? Maybe. I would probably just take the over. Shane Baz is just not a guy I trust in this park. He's got a 5.5 ERA in 10 home starts. Righties have been having a lot more success than lefties. We look at Sean Burke, 271 average to lefties. There's some lefties that can really kill you in this lineup. Maybe right-handed is giving up 200 average, 42% hard hit percentage. So both of these guys have a 5+ ERA. In a park that is pretty small with the wind blowing out. It's going to be blowing out to right field about between 9 to 14 miles an hour. Give me the over 9. I just don't see the White Sox not scoring off of Baz. And the Rays bullpen lately has not been good. Dead last in baseball, 6.27. Actually, the White Sox have the 4th best bullpen. So, yeah, like I said, it's over or nothing for me at this price. All right, next game is going to be the Royals and the Cubs. Noah Cameron going up against Ryan Brosier. Is that, am I saying that right? Let's see. Brazier. Okay, Ryan Brazier. If we look at the Cubs, man, I put this out the last time. They have been really good against non-divisional opponents at home in the first game of a series. They're 11-1 at home. So really hard to fade them. But KC's been decent on the road against non-divisional opponents. They're 8-4 in the first game of a series. 4 of their last 5 games have gone over. In terms of the weather here, it's going to be 74 degrees, but we do have the wind blowing in. It's going to be about almost to the side, but slightly in. Got an over-under of 8. Noah Cameron on the mound for the Royals. I just can't trust him offensively is my issue. I would love to back him here. I think Cameron can somewhat, I wouldn't say shut down this lineup, but somewhat control them. PCA is not great lefty on lefty, so I think that's a huge advantage for him. And lefties have been getting to him. He's been giving up a 320 average to lefties over the last 30 days, but he's been solid against righties at 182. This is just one, I need the value to come down a little bit before I want to take the Cubs at this price. Well, I guess minus 135 is reasonable. So it's Cubs for me, just 11-1. Just too good of a record here at home. I like that they're coming off an L against Boston, so just would trend towards the Cubs here in this contest. All right, next one's going to be the A's and the Rangers. Jacob Lopez going up against Jack Leiter. So Jack Leiter, about a 4 ERA at home. Lopez, about a 5 ERA on the road. Leiter's just been getting lit up by righties, almost 400 average over the last 30 days, but he's been really good with runners in scoring position. Just can't pay for the Rangers at this price. It's just too expensive, in my opinion. I just still don't trust them offensively. I think you're getting value to take the A's, but again, I don't trust them either. So it's a fade for me. If anything, it will be the over 8.5. But again, just offensively, don't trust the Rangers. So that's where I'm at there. St. Louis and Colorado. So this is going to be Michael McGreevy going up against Austin Gomber. Gomber yet to record a win on the season. He is 0-3, giving up a 317 opponent average. McGreevy's a kid I like. He's young, but man, I like his mix. I think he does a really good job with location. Just a guy I really like. That said, his hard hit percentage is scary high. It's 53%. So we could see some balls leaving the yard today. Gomber giving up 1.88 home runs per 9. Has almost a 7.5 ERA in 3 home starts this season. I can't get to Colorado. Going to need more money than this to get to Colorado. That said, don't trust St. Louis sticks either. Just don't know if I can get there with them. They were a team that hit lefties really well at the beginning of the year. They've kind of cooled off over the last week. They've looked a little bit better, but we got very, very minimal at-bats in that 3-game series. But technically hitting 375 with a 151 WRC plus. Yeah, this game's a complete fade for me. Absolutely fading the hell out of that game. All right, Milwaukee and Seattle. So this one should be interesting. You've got the Brewers, the hottest team on planet Earth, 10-0 on a 10-game winning streak, going up against the Mariners, who looked like they were going to win yesterday. It was Wu v. Brown, but then all of a sudden they imploded and got their asses kicked in the end. But today you get George Kirby going up against Brandon Woodruff. Woodruff has looked pretty damn good since he's came back from injury. Give me his over 5.5 Ks here is one of our best bets. It's minus 140 on FanDuel. It's just an outlier compared to the rest of the book. So I like this spot. He's had 8 and 10 Ks so far, and this is a Mariners team that is susceptible to striking out. So Woodruff is a guy that throws a healthy 5-pitch mix here. I think Kirby keeps this somewhat tight, but man, I'm just not going to go against this Brewers team. They're just red hot, but this is a weird field. We got an over-under of 7, so it's kind of weird. It would be Brewers or nothing for me. I'm just not going to fade a team that's on fire right now. Houston and Arizona, 2 more games left here to talk about on this slate. So we get Colton Gordon going up against Zach Gallen. Gallen at home, Gallen away. It's all been pretty bad. He's got almost a 6 ERA in 10 home starts, giving up a 346 average to lefties, 281 to righties, 47% hard hit percentage. Going up against Colton Gordon, who kind of struggled lefty on lefty, really, 333 average. So that's kind of where I look at this D-backs team. Got some lefties that can do some damage, but you also got some righties that can too. And Gordon giving up a 300 average to righties. Fairly low hard hit percentage, but it would be the over for me in this one. Over 9 would be the only way I would play this game. A little too much to pay for this Diamondbacks team, so the value's on taking the Astros. And you got a Diamondbacks team they're on a 4-game winning streak, by the way, too. So something to factor in. And the last game on our card is going to be the Twins and the Dodgers. David Festa going up against Shohei Ohtani. Not sure how many innings we'll get out of Ohtani. Still only got 9 innings pitched on the season. Does have 10 Ks, so he is striking out a little more than 1 per inning, about 1.1. He's looked fantastic. 0.083 average to lefties, 143 to righties. Hard hit percentage is ridiculously low. It's 14%. That's absurdly low. 2.25 ERA in 3 starts, but we'll probably get 3 innings out of him, 2-3 innings, and then that's it. Turn it over to this bullpen that's not been good. 5.25 ERA over the last 30 days. Festa, not a dude I trust either. This guy can really serve up some long balls here. And in terms of the weather, wind is going to be blowing out dead to center between 7 and 10 miles an hour, and it's going to be 71 degrees. So this is one I do like the over, but very similarly to the Mets game, I would probably wait until we get to the second time through the order here and bet the over, and just hope Festa is able to kind of stymie this stagnant Dodgers team. You do have Mookie batting leadoff until Muncy comes back. Mookie is seriously on the struggle bus right now. I think he's like 0 for 18 or something. He got the day off yesterday, I believe, but it just does not look good. So you got a Dodgers team over the last 2 weeks that's hitting 210, over the last week hitting 183. There is value taking the Twins at plus 165 or the over 9. I do like the over, but I think we can get this at 8 if we just wait a little bit. So that is how I'm going to play that game. In terms of who wins it, like I said, it'd be Twins plus 1.5 for me. All right, let's get into our best bets. Get you guys on your way. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment down below with your favorite play of the day. All right, first play is going to be the Phillies, a race to 4. Like I said, Wheeler, love taking this play with him. Reds and Nationals, over 8.5. Two very hittable pitchers. Reds offense is heating up a little bit. I think the Nats are able to get to Singer here. Brandon Wood, over 5.5 Ks. Love the spot for him. Yankees and the Blue Jays, over 8. Like I said, Rodon's just really bad at the stadium here. Has not a 7 ERA. He's due for some runs. And then we're going to take the Giants on the first 5, trusting that Birdsong versus Elder here. I think the Giants wake up offensively. Elder's kind of the medicine they need for a little wake-up jolt. Some other leans I had, Orioles and Gardens under 8.5, Orioles money line. Let's see, Nationals team total over 3.5 was another lean. So those are the plays, guys. Appreciate you tuning in, and catch you in the next video.